Bea Benaderet was one of the most beloved actresses of her time, known for her wit, charm, and comedic timing. She was a staple of television in the 1950s and 1960s, appearing in popular shows like the Jack Benny Program, The Burns and Allen Show, and Petticoat Junction. But despite her success, Bea's life was cut tragically short when she passed away at the age of 62. Bea Benaderet's story began on April 4, 1906, in New York, where she was born to Samuel David Benaderet and Margaret O'Keefe Benaderet. However, she grew up in San Francisco, where she attended St. Rose Academy High School. During her time in San Francisco, Bea developed a passion for acting and began her training at the Reginald Travis School of Acting. It was there that she discovered her talent for voice acting and also started taking piano lessons. She became proficient in voice modulation and could speak several languages, including French, Spanish, English, and Yiddish. Bea Benaderet's love for acting began at an early age, and she honed her craft while attending the Reginald Travis School of Acting. During this time, she not only found employment as an actress in local theaters, but also took up the job of an announcer on the radio. It was when she was just 12 years old that Benaderet's talent was spotted by the manager of Key Globe Operating Company, who invited her to sing on his radio station. This was just the beginning of her radio career, which would eventually lead to her big break in 1939 when she was cast as a regular in the Jack Benny program. Benaderet quickly became a popular radio artist, impressing audiences with her natural comedic timing and warm personality. She went on to play a variety of interesting characters, including the high society matron Mrs. Carstairs in Fibber McGee and Molly, the curious maid Gloria in The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and the menacing landlady Clara Anderson in A Day in the Life of Dennis Day. One of her most famous roles was as Iris Atterbury in the 1940s radio series My Favorite Husband. When the producers decided to create a television series based on the radio show titled I Love Lucy, Benaderet was the first choice to play the role of Ethel Mertz. However, she was unable to take on the role as she had already committed to the duo Burns and Allen's television adaptation of their radio program. Despite not being able to play Ethel Mertz, Benaderet continued to make a name for herself in the entertainment industry. In 1940, she lent her voice to the character Mama Bear in a classic Looney Tunes short, The Bear's Tale. Benaderet made her on-screen debut in 1946, playing a clerk in Alfred Hitchcock's spy thriller, Notorious. Bea Benaderet was a multi-talented actress who successfully transitioned from radio to television. Her breakthrough role came in the 1950 show, The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show, where she played the character of Blanche Morton. Benaderet also made a memorable guest appearance in I Love Lucy on January 21, 1952, where she played the role of Miss Lewis, a love-starved spinster neighbor. Her talent extended beyond acting and into voice acting. At the time, Warner Brothers had only Mel Blanc as their voiceover artist for both male and female characters. Benaderet became their first female voiceover artist, albeit as a freelancer. She worked with Blanc on the famous 1947 cartoon, Tweety Pie, where she provided the voice for the character Mama Bear. Unfortunately, Benaderet's time with Warner Brothers was short-lived, and she was later replaced by June Foray. Bea Benaderet's career continued to flourish in the 1960s, as she found herself lending her voice to the popular animated series, The Flintstones, in which she portrayed several characters. But it was her appearances on live-action television that cemented her place in Hollywood. It was during her time at Petticoat Junction that Benaderet met the celebrated scriptwriter Paul Henning. The two of them formed a close friendship and went on to collaborate on several successful shows together. In 1962, when Paul Henning was developing the show The Beverly Hillbillies, he had someone in mind for a specific role, Bea Benaderet. However, after careful consideration, both of them felt that her appearance didn't quite fit the role that was being offered. Even though she didn't land the role, Benaderet remained involved with the show and provided Henning with ideas and suggestions. It was clear that Henning still wanted her to be a part of the cast. Determined to have her on board, Henning created a brand new character exclusively for Benaderet. When Bea Benaderet was cast as cousin Pearl Bodine in the television show The Beverly Hillbillies, little did she know that the show would become a cultural phenomenon, attracting as many as 60 million viewers a week. In her personal life, Benaderet married actor Jim Bannon in August 1938. She had met Bannon while working at the radio channel KHJ. The couple welcomed 2 children into the world, Jack in 1940 and Maggie on March 4, 1947. However, their married life suffered due to Benaderet's busy shooting schedules. Her work commitments eventually took a toll on their relationship, and she filed for a divorce in 1950. Benaderet eventually found love again and married a film technician named Eugene Twombly in 1957. However, her health took a turn for the worse in the late 1960s. During a routine checkup, a spot was found on one of her lungs, which later disappeared during her follow-up visit. Unfortunately, in November 1967, the spot reappeared and had grown in size. Despite her worsening condition, Benaderet refused to undergo a quick exploratory medical procedure, as she was filming the 5th season of Petticoat Junction at the time. After she finished filming the season, she underwent an operation at Good Samaritan Hospital in Los Angeles. During the procedure, doctors discovered an inoperable tumor. Benaderet was diagnosed with lung cancer and began weeks of laser radiation treatment at Stanford University Medical Center. Her treatment proved successful, and by January 1968, Benaderet had finished her radiation therapy. However, cancer later returned and her condition rapidly deteriorated. She was admitted to the hospital once again due to chest pains related to her illness. Unfortunately, she never recovered from this final setback. On October 13, 1968, at the age of 62, Bea Benaderet passed away at Good Samaritan Hospital in Los Angeles. Her death was a great loss to the entertainment industry, and her fans mourned her passing. Bea was laid to rest at Valhalla Memorial Park Cemetery in North Hollywood. 4 days after her death, on the day after her burial service, her husband Eugene Twombly also passed away. He died from a massive heart attack at the age of 54 and was entombed beside her. The sudden loss of both Bea and her husband was a tragedy, and it left a lasting impact on their friends and loved ones. The world had lost a talented actress and a beloved person. However, Bea's legacy continues to live on through her iconic roles and the memories of those who knew and loved her. Goodbye and rest in peace, Bea Benaderet.